Hi, it's me again, Brandon Chapman, your commissioner. It's been a long time since there's been a fantasy truth talk, and when you go for a long time without truth, your soul yearns for something. Sometimes you don't know what it is, but when that truth comes, oh, it's so glorious, and that yearning that you've had in your heart and in your loins is taken care of. So here I am, humbly submitting to you another Fantasy Truth Talk. Woo! Yeah! Okay, that was lame. So, we're week 1 of 2 for the first round of the playoffs. As we would expect, Zach Adams has the top score going into tonight. So, week 1's not quite in the books. We've got Monday Night Football. But Zach's got the top score, and after raping, looting, and pillaging Derek's team, yet willingly, so is it really rape? He got beast mode, and he pretty much set his team. See, you go into a draft, and you come up with a strategy. I'm going to forsake running backs and focus on wide receivers. That's what I did. So I've got Calvin Johnson, Demaryius Thomas. I'm pretty much stacked there. Zach went for a different... I'm pounding my keyboard, cleaning my keyboard as I do this. Zach went with a different approach, and he forsaked the running backs, but then he just went out and got a running back anyway from Derek. It's just ridiculous. So, anyway, that aside, Zach's going to end up winning the league this year unless he has a colossal failure at the end. Speak of colossal failure, so Denning, granted, even though he's a putz and a general failure at life, he's ahead of me in week 1. I got to hand it to him. He has been playing much better than I ever expected that he would. So not only do I have to beat him in week 2, but I have to make up that point differential. I don't know if it's going to happen. So here I am, one of the greatest fantasy football minds of my generation, and due to bad luck, there's a chance that I will be out after the first round and not be playing in the championship. So for those who needed to know, the winner of the first round, both of those games, they move on to the championship. So I'm usually in the championship, but I might not be this year because Denning is he knows what's going on, man. He's got a team that's pretty stacked. If I look over his team, which I'm doing right now as we speak, his downside is going to be Fitzpatrick as a quarterback. Andre Johnson he's picked it up a little bit in the last couple of years. From the last couple of years. He's having an okay year. But Arian Foster, DeMarco Murray, Jeremy Maclin, Greg Olsen is his tight end. Eagles defense, okay, they're number 1 ranked as far as fantasy points. And they got a cheap gimme, I got to tell you, they got a cheap gimme fumble recovery off of John Ryan. But anyway... so he's got a very stacked team, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to beat that. If you look at Beast Mode 2.3, your mom, Matt Forte, Marshawn Lynch as running backs. Russell Wilson has played better this year fantasy-wise than anyone expected. Fantasy points, Russell's always kind of been not top tier, but kind of the next one down. But this year he's been top tier. A lot of it due to the running yards. Julio Jones, Gronkowski, Cardinals defense has been stellar. I like how he has Odell Beckham in there. He's really not been a stat producer. I think that's just because he's a sexy thing to put in there, and Zach likes looking at sexy men. Anyway, so I think it's going to come down to Zach and Denning, believe it or not. That's crazy for me to say that Denning could be in there, but he's earned it. And like I said, even though he's a putz and a general failure in life, he's been a veritable force to be reckoned with in fantasy football. Anyway, that's my truth talk for this week. We'll see what happens after next week. We'll see who's going into the championship, which we should come up with a name for that, now that I think of it. We'll come up with a name. We can't do Shiva Bowl. I mean, that's just ripping off something else. So we'll come up with something. Later. Ooh, yeah.